Thank you, everybody, for joining us back here at Ventripoint's channel, sitting here, of course, once again with Dr. George Adams. George, listen, so there was this pediatric KBR German study, and people were talking about questioning the accuracy of it. Can you give us a little bit more information and enlighten us on what's really going on here?
Well, sure. I mean, it's not accuracy. The study wasn't, the study shows that whether using GE or Philips scans, 3D scans. So the whole issue here is it's 3D. It's a holographic picture, one click and point, right, for normal children. So Dr. Lazier, the principal author on this paper, is one of our champions in the industry. In fact, he gave a beautiful talk in Geneva 2 weeks ago about how great the technique was for looking at right ventricle and even left ventricles in children. So the number of people keep focusing on is 75%, but that number is feasibility. And that is, in other words, that's how many of 75% of the scans that they took from people, one scan per child, were analyzable. The other 25% were too blurry. And this is, I've said this over and over again, 3D is not a clinical tool yet because of its feasibility. It's not good enough, often enough for people to be bothered to use it on everybody. What Dr. Lazier decided to use it on healthy children, which is obviously, and so he got a 75% feasibility. And that was to build a normative curve. So he wanted to show what the size of a child's heart is as a function of age and weight or body mass for girls and boys. So he went from a 1-year-old baby up to an 18-year-old child, and built that normative curve. And that's now used worldwide. It's the first time anybody's ever been able to do that on right ventricles. You're not going to stick a 1-day-old baby in an MRI for 2 hours to measure the size of the heart. I think it shows you the power of our technique. In one click, you get an image, you analyze it, and you get an accurate result exact on a 1-day-old baby's heart, which is probably the size of half of a walnut, kind of thing. That's how small it is. So the technique's very powerful. It's quick and easy. You do suffer from these feasibility issues, and that's why 3D is not a clinical tool anywhere in the world for looking at whole hearts. So that's a great study. Dr. Lazier is a great champion for us. He's continuing to promote the product. He uses a 3D product, not the 2D, because he likes 3D, and he can get 75% is good enough for him to use routinely. And he's trained dozens of fellows in Germany to use our technique to do this. So in Germany, it's quite well established as a 3D. Our tool is quite well established as a 3D product in Germany. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your insight. I mean, when it comes down to it, when it comes to these studies, guys, if you have any questions, if this is outside of your wheelhouse, we will happily answer them. We'll put George on camera and he's happily to dive into it for us. So George, again, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you everybody for watching. Any closing words before we go, George?
No, one last thing about that study is that, using convention Philips or GE's approach to analyze 3D scans, they would have gotten less than 50% feasibility. So the fact that he got 75% was due to the accuracy and ease of use of our technique. So that's why he was able to publish that paper.
Wonderful. Well, George, again, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will have more updates coming soon. And George, have a wonderful day.
Thank you.